enzymes.
Los latinos siempre tenemos un doble sentido para todo. My name is Dr. J. Torres, medical consultant.
And I'm David Arguez, certified nutritionist.
We want to invite you to listen to our podcast,
Banana Papaya, where we'll be discussing how you can use your food as medicine while you laugh at our bad jokes.
¿Cómo que bad jokes? We're going to be saying good jokes, right?
Banana Papaya.
New show every Monday.
Todos los lunes at 6 p.m.
Banana Papaya, exclusively on Pangea Plus, sumándole a tu vida.
Good afternoon, sweet world. This is David Arguez, yours truly, nutritionist and founder of 365 Wellness Solutions. And I am joined by my colleague and good friend, actually family, Dr. J. Torres. Right. And we are very, very excited for all the information that we have for you guys today. We're going to talk about colitis. We're going to talk about the digestive system. We've got some great segments coming up. As always, we've got Shit Talk. We've got Arguez Alliance. We've got medical news brought to you by Moreau Consultants. But before we begin, let's go ahead and set the tone with some nice electronic EDM music. I know it's Monday. A lot of you guys are probably on the way to the gym, doing something productive.
They're still fired up by the game last night.
They're still fired up.
It was wonderful.
It was incredible. I mean, I personally had my money on San Francisco, unfortunately.
Not I.
But, there you go.
Because I did a couple of rotations in Kansas City, so I love Kansas. So, I liked it.
Yeah.
And I thought until the very end that we were going to lose, until the third quarter, it was 23 to 10. And then they did 3 touchdowns. I watched the game.
There you go.
The entire game and the halftime. What do you tell me about halftime?
Oh, Shakira definitely knows how to shake it. It doesn't matter what age she's at. Her and J-Lo.
How about J-Lo? J-Lo is
goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. They definitely, they've got the secrets. Their nutritionists and their medical staff is definitely doing a great job keeping them in shape and doing everything that they have to do to make sure that they're healthy. So without further ado, my friends, even though we're still pissed about Sherman Douglas not doing his job yesterday and not playing defense, but let's go ahead and start with Without Me by Illenium, the remix, and Hasley as well.
¿Cómo están?
That little vent that won't stay open. Except it is. That's why the vent is one more thing we check before a car can be a certified CarMax car. The way it should be. CarMax.
Found you when your heart was broke. I filled your cup until it overflowed. Took it so far to keep you close. I was afraid to leave you on your own. I said I'd catch you if you fall. And if they laugh, then fuck 'em all. And then I got you off your knees, put you right back on your feet, just so you could take advantage of me. Tell me how's it feel, sitting over there, feeling so high, but too far away to hold me. You know I'm the one who put you up there. Name in the sky, does it ever get lonely? Thinking you could live So tell me, how's it feel? Tell me, how's it feel? Sitting up there, feeling so high, but too far away to hold me. You know I'm the one who put you up there. Name in the sky, does it ever get lonely? Thinking you could live without me. Thinking you could live without me. Baby, I'm the one who put you up there. So I know why, yeah.
George started playing football when he was 4 years old. He would wake up every Saturday ready for the game. That became our life. He had aspirations about going to the end.
Alrighty, my friends, we are back, and better than ever. Banana Papaya, this is actually our 4th show. Our social media is absolutely blowing up. We opened the account about 2 weeks ago, and we've already got over 400 followers. So
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we're doing really well. We're making sure that the snippets are short and sweet, especially for us millennials and Gen Z. We have the attention span of a potato salad. We should probably do potatoes for NutriTips.
Why not?
One day.
It's a great source.
Great source of simple carbohydrates. It's very nutritious. So, contrary to popular belief, my friends, you should definitely have potatoes in your diet. And don't believe when people tell you that carbohydrates are not good because of the fact that they are the only source of energy that the brain can actually use as fuel. So it's very important that you eat your carbs, your potatoes. And without further ado, my friends, we're going to go ahead and start our popular segment, Shit Talk. And we wouldn't be able to say this if we were in Pangea FM. Yeah, we're talking about shit.
But it doesn't stink.
Yeah, that's at least here it doesn't stink. Anywhere else?
Anywhere else?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be.
Yeah, when we do it, it doesn't stink.
No, it's yours.
Yeah.
That's right.
If anybody else
It's like
does it,
part of your family.
Exactly. So Shit Talk, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a segment where we talk about all about shit and how you can improve your digestive system and why your digestive health is actually the key to a long, healthy life. So, Dr. J, what are we going to be talking about today?
We're going to be talking about when you said the digestive system, we're going to be talking about the entire intestines from, we're going to start from the duodenum, which is the first part of the small intestine, and then we're going to talk about the 3 parts of the colon, and finally we have in your Arguez, how's your segment called? Arguez? Alliance. That's a tough word for an old man. Arguez Alliance, we're going to be talking about medical news too as well.
Good. I'm very, very excited. So, Dr. J, talk to us a little bit about the function of the large intestine compared to the small intestine. For those people who just categorize everything into just one organ system, which is okay, what is the difference between the two, large intestine and small intestine?
Well, they're both equally important. One, the small intestine takes care of all the absorption. The colon has also some absorption, but it's mainly the production of mucus and the absorption of water, the extra water that it went into the bowel, it's going to be reabsorbed and get back and reutilize whatever is left over by the kidney and then excreted again through urine and not through feces. That's why it produces mucus, so it serves as a lubricant. So the feces can actually go out easily, sin tener que pujar tanto.
Good.
That's
good,
important,
good.
right?
Without having to push.
Nevertheless, when we talk about digestion, we have to take care of our entire because in the colon we have the microorganisms
Yes.
that are completely necessary to
Absolutely.
to have good health. But in the small intestine, it's important what we eat is because we can damage the mucosa, the lining, the three membranes that they are composed of are very, very fragile. That's one of the reasons that we have to chew our food many times, and the valve is not going to open until it's fully liquefied to prevent, number one, better absorption, and second one, to damage anything that goes in the small intestine. Like sometimes you see corn when you see your shit, you see the
Insoluble
corn,
fiber.
insoluble fibers. Correct. And what happened is that if we eat a piece of chicharrones and it goes in there without properly being emulsified, like a milkshake.
Yeah.
That's when it goes in, and it can actually damage the mucosa of the small intestine. When that happens, that mucosa is going to be replaced by fibroid tissue, so the absorption is diminishing, and that's as we get old, our functional part of the intestine is probably 25%, and so that's why old people have such a problem, not only absorbing the food, but also, but also digesting the food. Stays for hours, not only in the stomach, but also in the small intestine.
So that's what happens when somebody has colitis, or what health condition would this be classified as?
When we talk about colitis, we talk about 4 different conditions. The number one type of colitis in the world is diarrhea. It's infectious colitis. You can have infectious colitis from many sources, mainly from viruses. Second, from parasites. That's the number one cause of death in the world is diarrhea, acute gastroenteritis, vomiting and diarrhea, mainly diarrhea because of poor hygiene, unproductive water intake, and things like that. And what happens is that people get dehydrated and they actually die, especially children and adult, and adult elderly people are the more susceptible for this kind of conditions. When they, especially poverty, it's a big problem in the world.
Yes. That's why we have no excuse living in America. I mean, there's so many different food options: organic, conventionally grown, wild caught, farmed raised, GMO, non-GMO. We have so many options that there's no excuse. And the information's out there because we've got Google, which is an incredible platform that can be used to search up anything that we want. Back in your day, you guys had encyclopedias, correct?
Encyclopedia. Now we only have a telephone.
Yeah.
The telephone that serves 9. Very important. It goes from the alarm clock in the morning until the telephone. Can you see? When you ask for a home phone number, nobody has a home phone number anymore.
Yeah, nobody has a home phone number.
It is only connected to the alarm system in the house. Not even that now. Everybody uses a cellular for everything. So
yeah, that's true.
Going back to the intestine, the second type of colitis, it's probably 50% of the American population and probably about 30% of the world is IBS, inflammatory bowel disease, or stress colitis. What is it called, stress colitis? Because you eat too fast, you eat improper food, you live running, and you don't digest properly, producing a very obnoxious pain, abdominal pain, and different bouts of diarrhea throughout the days. That goes into 3 to 6, and then you turn 2 weeks later, you are constipated, and it's because of your changing the entire mechanism of the normal digestion, and that produces a condition that is totally reversible. That means that you're not going to live with it. It's called IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. Then the other 2 are the type of colitis that are mainly from the immune system. One is Crohn's disease. It's taking a big toll in the American and the world population. Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Those are incurable. You have bouts of of diarrhea, abdominal pain, and there's a lot of people who have to have many type of immune system medications in order to control these horrible conditions: Crohn's disease and irritable bowel syndrome. If anybody needs any more information and they need to know how to take care of these conditions and eat properly, I will urge you to call our 365 office. You need to learn how to treat it. You need to learn how to eat. And I'm sure everybody knows, goes to a gastroenterologist and they know how to treat it properly. But the 50%, or I'll probably say more, of the condition can be treated with proper food that are actually bad for the intestines.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that you touched on the topic of food, because there's actually two different types of fibers. We mentioned one previously: insoluble fiber, which cannot be digested by the human body, and soluble fiber, which can. Depending on the type of fiber we consume, we could actually make our stool harder if we have a condition that causes us to have diarrhea or soft stool, or we can make our stool softer and easier to process by the body, right? If we're suffering from constipation. So what kind of fiber do we need in order to make our stools harder? Soluble fiber, my friends.
That's
yes.
right. And that is the only soluble fibers that the people with colitis can actually take. That's the one that is part of their regimen, but not insoluble fibers. They cannot.
Yes.
They cannot even touch it.
They cannot eat oatmeal. They cannot eat grains. What are some of the other foods that they shouldn't consume? Milk as well.
Any lactose.
Lactose.
Large amount of sugars, and animal protein in the sense when we talk about red meat. They can eat white meat, fish, and chicken, but they should stay away from red meat, from red meat.
Yeah, red meat.
Yeah.
And that's great that you mentioned that, Dr. J, because Dr. Sebi, who unfortunately passed away a couple years ago, was a holistic doctor, and he preached about this a lot. He stressed this topic a lot. He says that the longer food stays in our colon, the more potential for disease there is. So it's really dangerous, when we're eating not only red meat, but red meat with corn on the cob, with ribs that are from pork. So we're throwing all of these different components in our bodies, which do not benefit the digestive system at all. And when you add up the amount of times that we do that over a whole lifespan, it could be very, very damaging to our digestive system.
Absolutely. We have to realize for many years, in the baby boomers, we were taught to eat a lot of red meat. Now it's the contrary. They are actually telling us to eat red meat once a week, and eat white meat the rest of the days, and eat a lot of vegetable. I want you to talk about all the protein contents of vegetable, the proper protein that you can.
Absolutely.
Because I really respect vegetarians. I don't want to talk about vegans. I don't think the same way, but it's my own personal opinion. But I do strongly respect vegetarians.
Absolutely.
But they really know how to eat.
They do.
They do know how to compensate by what they're not eating with what they should be eating.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of people are worried about going vegetarian or going vegan, going pescatarian, because they're afraid of creating some sort of a deficiency. And they should.
Perdón, El Viejo, what is the last word that you said? Pakistani?
A deficiency. Yeah. No, but that's, and it's good that now people are a lot more conscious about their nutrition. One piece of advice that I would give anybody who's going vegetarian or vegan is to include spirulina in your regimen.
Excellent.
Because a lot of people say, oh yeah, but avocado has protein, lentils have protein, beans, wheat has protein as well, and that's 100% true, and I give you credit for incorporating those foods into your diet. But what they do not have is as complete of an amino acid profile as red meat, as pork, as some of the foods that aren't as eggs. They're not necessarily as healthy for us, but they do contain that benefit of having such a complete amino acid profile. And remember, guys, amino acids are what compose our entire body. So when you think of protein, or eating a chicken breast, eating some lentils, right? You're giving the body what it's composed of. We're made out of water, protein, fats, and minerals. So when you think of protein, think of body composition, right? So when we eat lentils and when we exclude some sort of amino acid. Each amino acid has a different function in the body. L-lysine helps for the production of collagen. For example, L-theanine is really good in terms of for people who are very stressed out and they need to calm down. L-theanine, L-tryptophan, which you wouldn't even think that protein is beneficial for the brain, but it is. So there are so many different kinds of amino acids. We have L-glutamine as well, which we know composes not only our muscles, but also our intestinal tissue as well. So it's really, really important to consume an adequate amount of amino acids. If you're going vegan, if you're going vegetarian, make sure you're drinking spirulina every single day with your shake, and you're going to do really, really well. But make sure your macro distribution is on point as well. Make sure that at least 20% of your calories are coming from protein, 20% are coming from fats, and 60% are coming from carbohydrates. So if you do that, you'll be A-okay. And if you have any questions on the supplements that you should be taking, definitely we recommend for you to take an iron supplement, since it's so easy to have a deficiency in iron. B complex, and this not only applies to vegans and vegetarians, it applies to absolutely everybody, because we live in a day and age where we're so stressed out, we're constantly in fight or flight mode, and the vitamins that suffer are our B complex vitamins more than any other vitamins. Those are responsible, and we spoke about this with Dr. Osorio in the previous episode as well, for nourishing the nervous system, which is composed of not only our brains and our spine, but also all the nerves that run down our spine and send signals to the rest of our body. So if we want to have a healthy nervous system, we've got to supplement with B complex and omega-3. Those are the two non-negotiables.
Excellent. Now that I have you on the spot here, everybody's looking at you.
Yes.
Tell me, how can they get in contact with you if somebody has any medical condition, including obesity? Because obesity is associated with 9 different medical conditions that are treatable, but they have to be corrected before it takes actually your life. We're talking from high blood pressure, we're talking about diabetes, we're talking about high cholesterol, and many others. So I want you to tell us, how can they get in touch with you and tell them that we need to take care of our system from inside to outside. Even if you want to look young, creams are not going to do the job. You have to eat properly.
You're 100%
Surgery
right.
It's going to be costly, and once you put the knife in there, you'll never be the same.
Definitely. And the idea is, my friends, to do something that's sustainable. So once you get to your weight, which, by the way, for men, an ideal body fat percentage is anywhere between 15 and 20%. For women, it's anywhere between 20 and 30%. Those are the optimal ranges in terms of body fat percentage. And then weight, of course, varies on the body composition of each person, but it's extremely important, like Dr. J said, for you guys to take care of your health as of now. Our number is 786-816-6287. Our weight loss center and our wellness center is located in Coral Gables, 195 Giralda Avenue. You could also follow us on Instagram at 365 Wellness Solutions. If you want to follow Banana Papaya, our podcast, it's at Banana Papaya Podcast, and our wellness center is at 365 Wellness Solutions. So with this free information that we're giving you guys, there's absolutely no excuse for you to have any sort of problem when it comes to acid reflux or anything it is, because we're going to give you guys the tools that you need to make sure that you're healthy, and that once you get to where you want to get to, we put you on a good maintenance program for you not to experience the same symptoms that you were experiencing before. So
tell us the contact number again, please.
786-816-6287.
¿En español?
786-816-6287.
Gracias.
Los esperamos. Con mucho gusto.
Bueno, ahora yo quiero que David nos diga cuál es la importancia de que por tantos años hemos dicho que el mejor aceite que podemos usar, lo digo en español porque ayer tuve esta discusión con una persona muy querida para mí, que el mejor aceite para freír era el aceite de maíz. y yo te oí a ti decir lo contrario. Explícanos por qué.
Wow.
You can say it in English or you can say it in Spanish, whatever.
Vamos a hacerlo en español.
Vamos a hacerlo en español porque te lo pregunté en español,
Sí,
¿verdad?
sí,
Y
claro.
Y nosotros somos bilingual.
Claro, somos bilingües, así que, bueno, el aceite de maíz, les voy a decir por qué es dañino. Por el omega 6. Si ustedes buscan las propiedades y los efectos secundarios del omega 6, viene siendo lo opuesto del omega 3. El omega 6 previene la inflamación, el omega 3 quita la inflamación, como es antiinflamatorio, ¿verdad? Así que el aceite de oliva, por ejemplo, viene siendo una fuente de grasa insaturada que previene que la placa en las arterias se acumule, ¿verdad? Y eso es muy importante, especialmente como nosotros comemos huevo, comemos mantequilla de maní, comemos todos estos alimentos que son saludables y tienen sus beneficios. Platanitos maduros también que se pueden hacer horneados. Todas estas comidas tienen beneficios, pero sí tienen grasas saturadas, mis amigos. Así que si pudieran combatir los efectos de las grasas saturadas que tienen en nuestro sistema cardiovascular en cuanto a subir nuestros niveles de colesterol, consuman una cucharada de aceite de oliva diaria. No se pasen de una cucharada porque es muy fácil excederse en cuanto a calorías. Aunque tiene tantos beneficios, una cucharada de aceite de oliva contiene 130 calorías. Así que no es solamente qué comer, le vamos a decir las cantidades también de cada alimento. Así que, ¿cuáles son las fuentes de grasas insaturadas? Aceite de oliva y aguacate. El maíz, sabemos que como tiene el omega 6, es malísimo para el
I want you to say it
cáncer.
in English now, the difference between omega 3 and omega 6. Say it in English now. Just
Well,
that.
Omega 6 is the component, is actually an inflammatory component, and omega 3 does the opposite. Omega 3 is anti-inflammatory. So if we have an imbalance of any type in terms of our omega 3 to 6 ratio, we should be consuming 3 grams of omega 3 for every gram we consume of omega 6, then we're going to be in an inflammatory state and we're at risk of getting Alzheimer's, cancer, and other diseases. So in order to prevent that from happening, make sure, my friends, that you're taking an omega-3 supplement or you have a diet rich in omega-3s. We mentioned spirulina before. That's a very rich source of omega-3. And make sure if you're getting your omega-3s from vegan sources such as flax seeds, chia seeds, make sure that you're aware of the fact that the omega-3 that those seeds that I just mentioned contain is called ALA. Which are the beneficial components of omega-3? DHA and EPA. DHA is extremely beneficial for the brain. EPA is very beneficial for the cardiovascular system, for our joints, right? So we want to make sure that we have DHA and EPA. Now, flax seeds and chia seeds have very little DHA and EPA. They have ALA, which is the form of omega-3 that cannot be utilized by the body nor absorbed. So make sure that you're getting your omega-3 from spirulina and you're getting your omega-3 from animal sources such as sardines. The smaller the fish, the better. Why? Because we know that omega-3 originates from the small plants that are in the bottom of the ocean, which are actually the plants that produce the majority of the oxygen that we breathe on this planet. So what you can do is have the sardines or anchovies, which are the smaller fish that eat these plants. Then the bigger fish come, the salmon, they eat the sardines, which contain the omega-3. So it's a chain, right? And the
great cycle of life.
The great cycle of life, exactly. So the farther down you are in that chain, the more pure the omega-3.
Let me ask you another thing now. Do you have all these supplements in your office?
Oh, yeah. We have every single one of them.
So when they go there, they can actually opt to get it from you? Or you tell them where to buy them, correct?
Absolutely.
Give me your number again. Give me your number.
It's 786.
786.
Yes.
786.
816.
816.
62.
62.
87.
87. Thank you.
There we go, my friends. No, thank you, Dr. J.
Okay, so I have one more question. If you have to, because it's hard to tell our Caribbean family, cubanos y todas las personas que estamos acostumbrados a freír, ¿Cuál es el aceite entonces que debemos usar para freír? Porque no le puedes cambiar la mente, esa es cultura. Cambiarle la mente a esta persona, a nosotros mismos, a mí mismo, es cambiando nuestra cultura.
I agree.
Siempre, aunque sea un par de veces al mes, vamos a tener que freír algo. ¿Qué aceite debemos usar para freír?
Bueno, eso es un tema muy interesante, Dr. J. Y cuando uno fríe, no importa si es el aceite de oliva, el aceite de maíz, el aceite de canola, se vuelve de grasa insaturada a grasa saturada. Así que aceites fritos no se los recomiendo desde el punto de vista de un nutricionista.
Pero no lo puedes, yo sé
Con
que
agua.
tú lo
Sí,
vas,
sí.
pero si tú tienes que escoger ahora para freír plátano,
Aceite de oliva.
el día de Nochebuena vamos a comer plátano frito, o un día que te hagan un tipo de comida específica vamos a comer algo frito. Si tenemos que freír, usamos mazola, o usamos aceite vegetal.
No. Todos esos aceites contienen omega 6. Canola oil, corn oil, aceite de vegetal. Todos los aceites excepto el aceite de oliva.
Pero el aceite de oliva yo lo recomiendo mucho. Y primero por la fuente que tú sabes.
Fantástico.
Es fantástico.
Sí.
Sin embargo, como bien dijo él, en el momento que usted coge el aceite de oliva y lo pone a calentar y lo pone a freír, cuando ya está caliente, la molécula del aceite de oliva, una de las cosas que tiene, que es una molécula grande, que lo que hace no es solamente es nutrir al cuerpo, lubricar el cuerpo, pero cuando usted la fríe, esa molécula grande la desbarata y la hace tan mala como cualquier otro tipo de aceite, ¿correcto?
Así mismo.
Entonces estamos diciendo que inclusive para freír con aceite de oliva es malo, pero un día
Es
que
menos dañino.
Es menos dañino. Pero entonces ya sabes, hay que freír
Mucho
un
menos.
poquito más caro, pero ese día se puede dar el gustazo.
Exactamente, un gustazo, un trancazo, ¿verdad?
Claro
para
que
los
sí.
cumpleaños, para las navidades. Y la idea es comer una variedad de comidas. La idea no es comer solo frutas y vegetales y legumbres y lean meats y cosas así. La idea es variar, disfrutar la vida. Si tienen ganas de comerse una galletica, cómanse la galletica. Si tienen ganas de comerse un brownie, cómanse el brownie. No se coman, si se van a comer pizza, no se coman la pizza entera. Cómanse un slice.
Un slice. ¿Tú lo haces?
Yo lo hago.
Yo también.
Sí, sí.
Y si no, no la como.
Claro.
Si no me puedo comer todo lo que quiero, pero prefiero no comerla.
Sí, sí, sí.
Mira, quiero saludar a muchas personas, Narcisa, a Leopoldo, a Nancy, y a Rosana, a Ronald, a Marbetti, pero quiero que le hagas un saludo especial a Jonis Rapalo. Johnny fue el que nos puso juntos, nosotros fue por la persona que yo te conocí.
Exactamente.
Y ya cuando te conocí, ya éramos amigos.
¿Sí?
por Instagram, pero yo no te conocí en persona.
Sí, sí,
Así
sí.
que
sí.
vamos, Johnny, gracias por este unión que tú has hecho.
Muchísimas gracias. De verdad, Johnny, estamos súper agradecidos contigo y tenemos que ir a visitarte donde Arky, que vemos que estás haciendo muy buenos proyectos allá para todas las personas que les gusta el estilo de nuestro show. Arky TV también tiene muy buenos programas en su estación de radio.
Vamos a visitarlo pronto, vamos a hacer un programa allí con Arky.
Sí, vamos a hacer un programa.
Vamos.
Sí, con mucho gusto.
Te ponemos a cargo de eso. Danos una llamada para ir a ver a Arky. Yo lo puedo llevar también en esta semana. Otra cosa que quiero decirle, que creo que es bastante importante. Cuando ustedes tengan alguna pregunta que tengan que hacer tanto para la parte de nutrición, nos pueden llamar a ese teléfono, pueden llamarlo a él directamente o me pueden llamar a mí, que nos ponemos juntos porque tenemos un par de días a la semana donde nosotros nos sentamos y hablamos y nos ayudamos mutuamente. Él les va a dar a ustedes la dieta y ustedes me van a dar a mí su condición médica para decir, tú me entiendes, cómo mejor lo podemos ayudar. También hablamos de muchas otras cosas, como interacción medicamentosa. Eso es uno de los problemas más grandes que tenemos en este país, sobre todo. Es la tercera causa, y no se habla mucho de la causa de muerte de personas. Esas son las personas que tienen que tomar mucha medicina para la diabetes, para el colesterol, para la presión, para cualquier problema inmunológico. Y el médico hoy día, a través de la medicina, no tiene el tiempo para sentarse, como en nuestros países, a que la persona esté una hora sentado ahí explicando. Son 15 minutos, le dice, usted tiene que tomar estas 9 medicinas, esta se la va a tomar 3 veces al día, esta se la va a tomar 2 veces al día, esta se la va a tomar un día. Y como la gente no sabe lo que hace, las mezclan juntos y a lo mejor una puede potencializar a la otra o totalmente abolirla. Por esa razón, David y yo nos sentamos cogemos todas sus relaciones, todo y sin cambiarle mucho su cultura, sí le vamos a cambiar su forma de vida. ¿Para qué? Para que vivan más.
Así mismo. Nosotros somos el primer wellness center, Dr. J. Y esto lo estaba pensando el otro día y yo dije, wow, pero ¿cómo puede ser? Somos el primer wellness center que en vez de dar una prescripción con medicinas, damos una prescripción con una dieta. Es increíble, es fascinante porque los resultados que están viendo los pacientes, no importa si sufren de colesterol, diabetes, usted sabe todos los problemas que tenemos en nuestra comunidad, hipertensión, y casi todas están relacionadas, como tú dijiste, a la obesidad, a tener un porcentaje de grasa corporal más alto de lo normal.
Exactamente.
Así que de verdad que estoy muy orgulloso, Dr. J, de estar en esta alianza contigo, y para nosotros es un privilegio poder darles esta información gratuita, instruirlos a cómo utilizar su comida como medicina. Y para mí me llena el corazón a cada vez que vemos a nuestros pacientes ver resultados, porque para eso decidimos ser health practitioners y profesionales de la salud. Así que para todas las personas que quieren tomar ventaja de este gran proyecto que estamos haciendo, estamos en Coral Gables, 195 Giralda Avenue, y nuestro número es 786-816-6287. Sí, perfecto. Entonces, vamos a darle las gracias a nuestros patrocinadores.
Vamos, creo que
¿Qué tú crees, doctor? Sí. Entonces, are you a homeowner? Do you like money? ¿Te gusta el dinero? No llames a la compañía de seguro si su casa necesita repararse. Mejor Consultants es una compañía que se faja contra el seguro y le resuelve su caso fácilmente y eficientemente. Llame a Mejor Consultants para un estimado gratis, y ellos le cotizan con mucho gusto, y si no tienen un caso se lo dicen, pero probablemente lo tienen. Así que su número es 786-402-9328. Pregunten por Jonathan y déjenle saber que Dr. J y David Arguez lo mandaron de Banana Papaya. So don't call the insurance company if your home needs fixing. Mejor Consultants is a public adjusting company that fights for your money and can guarantee that your claim will be settled efficiently and effectively.
Saluda a María Lorena Micio, que es una paciente de que era niña, y ella es una muchacha preciosa y que siempre está perdida, que no se pierde de ninguno de mis programas. Yo la conozco hace muchos años. Salúdala.
Hola María, mucho gusto y gracias por estar conectada aquí con nosotros, y espero que le esté beneficiando la información, porque nosotros diseñamos este programa con mucho cariño y mucho amor para todos ustedes, así que muchas gracias por estar en sintonía con nosotros. Así que The Back to Scratch Method Gym, que está en Doral, Florida, fue fundado por un entrenador personal muy famoso, Alejandro Ribalta, quien ha entrenado varios Miss Universes a través de su carrera de 30 años como un experto y amante de fitness. Si le gustaría saber más acerca de los métodos diferentes que utiliza The Back to Scratch Method Gym, mándale un text como Banana Papaya al 786-389-9124. Habla en español, and they also speak English. So B Fitness Lab provides its clients with a fitness experience unlike any other. If you're someone who can't seem to find time to exercise, we have good news for you. Utilizando la estimulación electromagnética, tienen unos trajes que son state of the art, que son muy modernos, que hacen que 350 diferentes músculos contraigan al mismo tiempo mientras que uno hace el ejercicio. Es un concepto muy moderno. Y aparte, la persona que lo está guiando a través de estos ejercicios no solamente es certificado como personal trainer, está certificado también como physical therapist, y es mi fisioterapeuta, que tengo tendinitis y me lo está tratando.
Pero ya, tú estás peor que yo.
Sí, bueno, lo bueno es que estamos resolviendo los problemas.
Ah,
así que,
eso sí.
Sí. Si no se estuviera tomando acción, allí sí hay un problema. Así que le vamos a dar el número para todos aquellos que les gustaría hacer una sesión gratuita. Déjenle saber que vienen de Dr. J y de David Arguez. háganle text banana papaya al 954-371-8334 y allí les pueden dar su sesión gratuita con electroestimulación muscular. Es muy interesante. Así que, y obviamente le vamos a dar gracias a 365 Wellness Solutions, que es nuestra compañía de bienestar que fundamos en diciembre del 2016. Empezamos básicamente sin nada y tantas personas se han unido al movimiento. Ahora comenzamos un programa con The Valenzuela Real Estate Group, donde vamos a estar dando talleres todos los meses y están súper entusiasmados. Personas hasta lloraron durante la presentación porque se emocionaron tanto y me impactó
yo
mucho.
Quiero decirte que no solamente esta unión que tenemos para mí es un orgullo estar contigo. Te voy a explicar la razón.
Para mí también.
Thank you. Pero it is very unusual to see a young man, with this energy, not only energy to do exercise, but energy to help others.
Gracias,
when I say
amigo,
children, because you're young enough to be my grandson, not even my son. A lot of people are asking me if you're my son. No, you're not my son. You're my son by heart.
Exactly.
De verdad como un hijo. Ahora, let me just tell you
Yo
something.
también.
I think that the real value of a human being is when that person takes care of others before taking care of their own problem. And you're not only helping people to better their life, to better their health, but also to improve the quality of life. Because if you can take a 30-year-old man who's already taking cholesterol medications, high blood pressure medications, or whatever, and put it back into a normal eating habit, that person is going to save 20 to 30 years. Oigan bien, 20 to 30 years from taking medication before actually when they are reached 50 or 60 years, then you probably have to take medications again. But if you eat properly, you do not need medications at 30 years of age, unless you have a very severe condition like an infection as a childhood or a strong family history with also are inherited, but not because you're not eating properly. We need to change. When I see someone at your age, tell them how old you are. Tell them how old are you?
Well, I'm 22 years old. I graduated from the American Association of Nutritional Consultants at 19 years old because I started the program when I was in high school. And we've been doing really well ever since. I mean, now we're doing corporate workshops. Obviously, we started with Banana Papaya, but it's very, very fulfilling and satisfying, Dr. J, to be able to make this kind of a difference in people's lives. Y tenemos a Flor. Saludos, Flor, mucho gusto. Preguntando si aceptamos seguros. Desafortunadamente no aceptamos seguros, pero tenemos el mejor servicio en el mundo cuando se trata de servicio personalizado. En cuanto a las recetas, absolutamente todo es personalizado. Y nos pueden escribir en cualquier momento si tienen cualquier duda. Y llamar. Exacto. Hay muchos clientes míos que me llaman a las 9:30 de la noche en un martes y yo estoy allí en mi computadora trabajando tranquilo y con muchísimo gusto yo los atiendo porque para mí es un placer que me consulten y que me hagan preguntas. Así que sí, tenemos muy, muy buenos servicios y con mucho gusto la ayudamos y es más, le podemos dar una cita complementaria para todos aquellos que están viendo y están interesados en reunirse con un nutricionista, reunirse conmigo, reunirse con el Dr. J. Con muchísimo gusto los atendemos en la ciudad bella de Coral Gables. Y bueno, de paso nos tomamos un café y la pasamos bien.
Donde estaban las sombrillitas.
Sí, exacto. Donde estaban las sombrillitas antes.
Todo el mundo se tiró una foto con las sombrillitas.
Exacto. Y desde que quitaron las sombrillitas han estado poniendo otras cosas nuevas. Ahora tienen unas estrellas, pusieron una...
Para Christmas lo pusieron bello.
Sí, para Christmas lo pusieron bello. Así que... Bueno, amigos, ha llegado el momento de tomar una breve pausa para disfrutar de una buena música. Rockabye by Clean Bandit. Espero que lo disfruten. Volvemos ahora.
Hi, Larry, Adonis, thank you. Maria Lorena, thank you, baby. Say hello to your mother. Tell her that I always pray for her. Flor de Lis, Berta, mi hermana, ¿cómo estás? Llámame para ver cómo está tu nieta. El burujón que tienes.
For all the single moms out there, Going through frustration. Clean bandit, China Ball, and Marie's thing make them air.
She works the nights by the water. She's gone astray, so far away from her father's daughter. She just wants a life for a baby. All on her own, no one will come. She's got to save him.
Daily struggle.
She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you.
Stay up there.
She
Stay
tells
up there.
him your life ain't gonna be nothing like my life. You're gonna grow and have a good life. I'm gonna do what I got
Stay
to
up there.
do.
Stay up
So
there.
rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby. Don't you cry. Somebody's got you, rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby. Don't you cry. Rock-a-bye. No.
Rockabye, rockabye. Rockabye. Single mom, what you doing out there? Facing the hard life without no fear. Just see and know that you really care. Cause any obstacle come, you well prepare. And no, mama, you never shed tear. Cause you have to set things year after year. And you give the youth love beyond compare. You find the school fee and the bus fare.
Now she got a 6-year-old, trying to keep him warm, trying to keep out the cold. When he looks in her eyes, he don't know he is safe when she says, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you. So rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby. Don't you cry.
With a bang, bang, bang. Alright then.
No.
Rockabye, rockabye. Rockabye, rockabye. Rockabye, don't bother cry. Lift up your head, lift it up to the sky, yo. Rockabye, don't bother cry. Angels around you, just dry your eye.
Now she got a 6-year-old, trying to keep him warm, trying to keep out the cold. When he looks in her eyes, he don't know he is safe when she says. She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you. Yeah. So rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye.
Rockabye, rockabye.
You rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry.
Rockabye, rockabye.
You rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye.
Rockabye, rockabye.
You rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry.
With a bang, bang, bang. Alright then. Rockabye, don't bother cry. Lift up your head, lift it up to the sky, yo. Rockabye, don't bother cry. Angels around you, just dry your eye.
Geico cuenta con más de 75 años de ofrecer grandes ahorros y servicio. Con toda esa experiencia, es fácil confiar en
All right, my friends, welcome back to Banana Papaya. And well, since we only have about 5-10 minutes left, we're running a little bit late today, but that's fine because we got all the information in that we needed. And we still have to discuss a couple other things. We've got NutriTips coming up where we're going to discuss the benefits of papaya and the papain enzyme. We've got medical news brought to you by Moreau Consultants. Let's start off with that segment, Dr. J. So
Let's do it.
Talk to us about why you believe depression is so prevalent in millennials more than any other age group.
Number one is because people are losing the social ability. When you have a problem and you talk to somebody, that problem becomes your friend or your family, especially friends, because you don't talk to your family about your personal things. You talk to a friend. And if you tell a friend your problems, that friend is going to give you their insights. So you have a connection. But when you are in front of an equipment who has no personality, who's telling you and showing you things that activate your sight, activate your feelings, your sensations, but it doesn't give you any positive feedback. What happens is that you, at the end, if you don't have that equipment in front of you, you are missing something.
Oh, yeah.
Where is that time that we used to go out? You didn't live that because you're only 22. But when you had friends and you talk to your friends and you play outside, how many times, unless you go out like you do, like I already know that you do, you play basketball, you do it to
Social
exercise.
activities.
But what can you talk playing basketball? But when you're playing other stuff, like the things that we used to play, we socialize. So we develop a social interaction. You had it different because you were in a good school, you had good parents, but the majority of people right now, they're being raised. The babysitter, it's a computer. It's the internet. Right. And what can they can learn? Yes, they can learn a lot of things, but where's their social escape? So those people, when they don't have their whatever they gave you some satisfaction, they're going to be depressed. That the stress of lacking money, the things that we're living, the things that we're seeing right now, the inappropriate food that they're eating because they're eating potato. You don't get up and fry a couple of eggs and do rice and do whatever. Boil something. No. You open a pack of Doritos. You a soda, and that's what you said in front of the computer. So it's a whole combination to destroy our youth. That thing, you bring it to a marriage. That marriage is going to end up with problems, work, children, money. And what happened is that I will tell you that 38% of the American population are taking antidepressant medication. Sí, 38% de la población americana toman medicinas para la depresión y la ansiedad. Y lo peor de todo es que cada una persona diagnosticada, hay una que no ha sido diagnosticada y lo que toman son té de tilo o intentan cosas extrañas para poder pasar esa depresión. Ese es el mensaje que quiero pasarle. Gracias por tu pregunta. Gracias por tu pregunta.
Con mucho gusto y gracias por la explicación tan detallada. Así que there are a lot of people that tell me, oh, David, but I have a chemical imbalance. It's not really my fault that I have depression. So we know that if somebody is deficient in L-theanine or if they're deficient in L-tryptophan,
todo eso son aminoácidos esenciales. Lo que le está hablando son aminoácidos esenciales que están en la propia comida y son producidos por nuestro cerebro o por nuestro intestino, que es parte del metabolismo. Y esas enzimas que son la serotonina y todo eso necesitan estos componentes enzimáticos o aminoácidos que él está haciendo para poderse producir. Si no lo estamos consumiendo y tenemos algo que nos lo está robando, entonces ¿cómo están los niveles de serotonina, de acetilcolina, de todas esas neurotransmisores que tenemos dentro del cerebro? Bajando y tienes una persona de 28 años, obesa, porque no hace ejercicio, viendo televisión, ojalá fuera televisión, con una computadora el día entero, y entonces el problema es que tampoco se está alimentando bien, precisamente porque no se levanta, está tan enviciada, tan en la computadora que no se levanta. Perdóname que me tomé más tiempo del que debía.
No, please. I'm glad that you gave such a great explanation. You're talking in Spanish and I'm talking in English, so we're doing a crossover.
That's excellent.
I love it. So, something that I want you to understand, and I want millennials to, I know that you understand it more than anybody, but millennials and Generation Z have to know that the most important and the most effective way of curing depression is by taking action. Because a lot of millennials and a lot of people that are in Generation Z, yes, they can be clinically depressed for the reasons that you mentioned, but most diseases and most health conditions that us millennials deal with are usually self-induced. Drug use disorders, tobacco use disorders, and depression is one of them. And I think that it's one of the most common cop-outs for millennials to say that they are depressed because they don't want to do what is asked of them. They think that life is too hard. And my friends, life is only going to get harder. So you might as well get used to it right now.
Quiero aclarar algo más. And I'm going to say it in English and I'm going to say it in Spanish. One of the majority of the cases of suicide is because depressed people that don't want to talk about their problem.
Yes.
So the only escape is get rid of their life. Get it over with. That cannot happen.
No.
Esa no es la voluntad de Dios, sino por eso sus padres, o aunque hubiera sido un accidente, esa no fue la razón de su vida. Tener que terminar con su vida porque está deprimido. Toda
I
persona que
completely agree.
esté deprimido, búsquese una persona con quien hablar. Porque no hay razón, no existe la razón de que usted tome una decisión mal tomada. Porque después no va a tener tiempo de arrepentirse. Y
Yeah.
lo peor que puede es que quede jorobeteado, como dice el dicho.
Especially the family, you know.
You destroy. When that
destroy the
happens,
whole
you destroy
family.
the whole family.
Oh, yeah.
It's
If-
not only your life that is going to go. It's the entire family is going to get destroyed. And then if you're so messed up, you're going to say, well, they probably deserve it. They are probably the reason that I'm like that. No, you're wrong. That's not the reason. The reason is because you didn't act at the right time. En el momento preciso que usted empezó, que usted se sintió triste, que usted la primera vez que no quiero vivir, usted tiene que buscar ayuda, por favor. Busque ayuda. No hay razón para que tome una decisión que después se pueda arrepentir o puedan muchas personas estar involucradas con esto, porque destruyó la familia. Recuérdense esto, muchachos. This is for millennials and for people who have problems. Problems are temporary. Money is temporary. Life is short, so enjoy it while you can.
Absolutely. Wow, those are beautiful words of wisdom from you, Dr. J. And let's go ahead and move on to our next segment, NutriTips, brought to you by 365 Wellness Solutions. What are we going to talk about today, Jay?
Papaya.
There we go, papaya. So what are
Papaya,
some of the
nuestro
benefits of
programa.
papaya?
You're asking me?
You can ask me as well. We both know
Does
that
it have
either one
fiber? You tell me.
Oh, it has a very good source of, it's a very good source of fiber. It's got soluble fiber, which is the type of fiber that makes the stool hard. And it's also got a certain enzyme. It's called papain. Protease would be the category that it falls into. And this certain enzyme actually helps with the digestion of certain protein, not only the absorption of those proteins, but also the utilization. It's got vitamin E, it's got beta carotene, which we know that beta carotene is what gives that orange color to each fruit and vegetable that's orange. It's great for heart health since it's so rich in fiber. And it's even great for menstrual problems as well. So we strongly suggest that you eat papaya on a daily basis.
How about the carbohydrate? Does it have carbohydrate?
Oh, it definitely has carbohydrates, and it's got the good source of carbohydrates, which are simple carbohydrates. And remember, my friends, it's not your total carb intake that takes a toll on your pancreas. It's your carb to fiber ratio. So as long as you keep a healthy ratio between carbs and fiber, you can definitely continue to consume fruits and everything else that you wanted. So,
Okay, what are the most important enzymes produced by papaya?
oh, papain, of
Papaya.
course.
What is it used for?
Papain is used to not only digest proteins, but it's really good for all of you who have stomach issues, who have acid reflux. It's fantastic for anything that has to do with the digestive system. So we're going to talk about BAP as well. Bananas, avocados, pineapple, and papaya.
BAP.
There we go.
Recuérdense de eso. BAP, banana, aguacate, piña y papaya. Si toman eso, tienen todas las enzimas. Si se comen un huevo al día, que antes decía que daba colesterol, pero es buen colesterol que da, y un huevo al día, créame que están bien alimentados. Quiero saludar ahora a Gladys Izquierdo. ¿Cómo estás? Alina Sardiñas. Alina Sardiñas.
Sí, ya voy a terminar.
María Lola. Muchas gracias a todos. Ya tenemos que terminar, así que hasta la próxima semana. Y voy a estar ahora despidiéndome de ustedes.
All right, my friends. So we will see you next week on Banana Papaya. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram at Banana Papaya Podcast to catch our snippets and the highlights of the program. So thank you very much, and we'll see you guys next week.
Hasta luego. Gracias a todos. Teresita y Liana. Un abrazo para las dos. Gracias. Hasta luego. Después les escribo a todos por la noche.
You know, years ago, they had the A&R man to tell you what to play, how to play it, you know, whether it's disco, studio, of course. So I played it for you because we had a ball. Only real music's going to last. All that other bullshit is here today and gone tomorrow.